Welcome to the proposal for the effectiveness of deep brain stimulation for the treatment of anxiety. My name is Eric Douglas, and I am the head researcher of this study. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. The direction of new age medicine is changing. Researchers are starting to question whether or not the efficacy of fluoxetine is a proper way of treating anxiety-related disorders. They are also starting to question whether or not behavioral therapy is a much more suited way to keep people from seeing no significant results from those drugs. The new treatment of interest and the highlight of this proposed study is deep brain stimulation. Deep brain stimulation involves the use of electrodes to actively stimulate the amygdala. The amygdala acts as the control center of the fear and survival responses in the human brain. The purpose of the proposed study is to highlight the effectiveness of deep brain stimulation and to make it a wide-known treatment that efficiently produces fear extinction in the amygdala when treating anxiety-related disorders. Deep brain stimulation has seen good results in aiding those who are suffering from obsessive compulsive disorder, or OCD. Past research by Langevin and colleagues used a rat model to determine the effectiveness of deep brain stimulation. The rats were exposed to shocks that were harmful enough to produce a fear response in the brain. The shock was also accompanied by a stimulus of a rubber ball. One group of rats received a sham treatment and the other group of rats received DBS treatment to the amygdala. The results showed that rats who were treated with deep brain stimulation recorded less time burying the ball and more time examining it, whereas rats who didn't receive treatment immediately looked to bury the ball out of sight due to the fear response of seeing the ball accompanied by the shock. In terms of the efficacy of fluoxetine, Hertzberg and colleagues found that fluoxetine did not produce significant results compared to a placebo group, meaning that there was no significant difference in response to treatment for either the fluoxetine or the placebo group. There was also no reported significance between the pre- and post-treatment of fluoxetine and placebo group patients when treating anxiety-related disorders. The participants of interest for the proposed study include one patient suffering from panic disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Patients will receive a $5,000 stipend immediately after the completion of deep brain stimulation treatment. The procedure of operations is as follows. There will be 4 operators. Operator 1 will supervise anesthetic administration. Operator 2 will supervise the surgical procedure. Operator 3 will conduct an MRI in each patient in order to measure the exact location of their basolateral nucleus of their amygdala. And Operator 4, who will be an EEG technician, will supervise pre- and post-operative EEG recordings of each patient's posterior dominant rhythm, or PDR. The future implications of the proposed study include a decrease in frequency of each patient's PDR as a result of reduced levels of anxiety. Also, patients will report increased sleeping hours and a lower occurrence and severity of nightmares for those who are suffering from PTSD. It is important to allow for the expansion of future research. The researchers suggest that future research exceed the subject limit of 1 subject per study to include a multiple subject design of a control and treatment group in order to measure and then compare the differences between the 2 groups. Another suggestion is to analyze the difference between a fluoxetine and amygdala deep brain stimulation group. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to this proposal. If this study interests you in any way, feel free to contact the toll-free number 1-800-DBS-STIM. That's 1-800-DBS-STIM. Have a great day.